Think we should be live. Yep, there we are. Hi everyone, it's Global Scholarships. And we're Global Scholarships. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything is going great. I'm as your host, and I'm here as always, joined by Eamon. Hi, Eamon. How are you? How's it going?
Hi, yes, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well too. Thank you very much. So everyone, we are as always here for another Friday live stream. If you're new here, we are Global Scholarships. We do live streams every Friday, pretty much at the same hour. We talk about scholarships. We talk about studying abroad. If you have any questions, this is a Q&A live stream. Obviously, we are here to answer your questions. So we are Global Scholarships. Let me share the link. Actually, I never do that. Basically, we're a platform that shares a lot of informative stuff about scholarships, scholarship opportunities all around the world, about studying abroad, like what problems, what issues you might encounter, what countries are the best, what schools are open for application, what scholarships are open for application. So this is pretty much all the information that we have, and I suspect it's all the information you will probably need. As you can see, we have guides like scholarship guides about scholarships by degree, about government scholarships. These are very popular ones. You can click on any one of them. This is a completely free website, by the way. There is no registration, there is no pricing, there is no like membership or something like that. You just can go in and like read pretty much all the guides that you want. We have currently open scholarships. We also, of course, make videos, like make content on these. We have guides about countries. So hang on. Basically, country guides. These are kind of collections, as you can see, for different countries. And you can click on any one of them that you might be interested in. Let's say you want to study in Australia. And these are basically like collections of guides about different subjects, like from higher education, choosing a university, best programs to study, applying to a university, documents and tests, English proficiency. There are, of course, different like language tests in different countries. And of course, one of the things that you're most interested in, financing, like how to study for free, cost of studying, and what scholarships, what affordable universities exist. Hang on, let me see something. Okay, everything's working. So yeah, basically, if you're interested in any specific country, sometimes people come into our live stream and ask like, I want to study in this country. What do you propose? Like, what do you advise? What advice could you give to me? Basically, just going in and reading all these guides, I think will give you almost all the information that you might need. Of course, there will be specifics to your to the school that you want to study, to where and when you want to go. But like in general, these will give you the information you'll need. Other than that, we have like free, cheap and free universities, English taught universities in different countries. So yeah, and tests and documents. By the way, we do have consulting services now. We used to have this, and a lot of people have been coming into our live streams and asking about like, do you give consultancy services? But for a while, it was down. We didn't accept any new people because like we already have enough people, and you don't want to make it too crowded, because you want to be able to like you want to be able to give enough attention to everyone. But now we are again open. Basically, this is done through our YouTube channel. We have memberships, and if you become a like tier 2 member, you can get access to our Discord server where you can get like direct support for your applications, for your for like scholarship applications, university applications, etc. So yeah, these are the things that you can find, and of course, we also have a search tool, but which we'll talk in a second. Other than that, we have like an external scholarship. Can you help get one? So yeah, if you have any question, like any specific question, we'll be happy to help you. But other than that, like if you are asking in terms of like if you have a specific question about a scholarship, about a university, perhaps we'll do our best to answer them. But if you mean, can you help get one in in the sense that like consultancy service, yeah, then you need to get like the YouTube membership. Other than that, like you can ask your questions here. You can ask your questions on our YouTube videos in comment section. And for example, let me see, like DAD scholarship, for example. Every page that we have in our website, we have a comment section. So you can leave your questions here. And Hyunli, who is the founder of Global Scholarships, he answers every single question here. Like if I had a question that I needed answered, this is where I would put my question. So yeah. We have scholarship stories. Basically, these are stories of people who have earned some great scholarships all around the world. Chancellor Scholarship, Australia Award Scholarship, that is the government scholarship in Australia, Fulbright Scholarship, Max Scholarship, all of those. You can just click here. I think it's a really good idea to get as much information as you can if you want to get like a big scholarship, because scholarships like these, like for example, Commonwealth Scholarship, or let's see, hang on, I'm trying to find like a big yeah, for example, the AD, like this is the German government scholarship, and usually these scholarships are very popular. A lot of people apply to these scholarships, so you really need to stand out among a huge amount of people, like hundreds, thousands. So I think your best chance to stand out among tons of people is to get direct information from people who have achieved that. Basically, you can click on any one of these people and read about their stories. Basically, where they get their scholarships, like what university. Hi there, welcome to our live stream. It's great to see you. So like how, like their educational background, how they prepare to apply, like what made their application stand out. So yeah, those things really. I mean, there are smaller scholarships that you can apply to, and like you'll have a good chance of perhaps getting that. But if you're going for a big scholarship, I think this is a great idea. So yeah. Also, usually they are really okay with being contacted through, for example, LinkedIn. For example, if you want to get this scholarship, Manaki New Zealand scholarship, I think like you can basically contact this person and get like directly ask your questions to someone who have earned that scholarship. I think that's a great opportunity. So yeah, scholarship stories are really good. You might want to check these out. Other than that, we have a search tool. I think this is our best feature, I would say. It is really intuitive to use. It is really easy, free. I use it all the time to find scholarships to make content on. Basically, as you can see, you just type in something that you're interested in. It could be a country, could be a scholarship, could be a university, let's say Oxford, right? And then you can choose the institution or the scholarship or hit enter. It'll show you results based on that. Or you can type in a country. Let's say you want to study in United States, right? Choose the country. It'll show you all the scholarships that we have in our database in that country, or you can just hit enter without typing in anything. I need the damn scholarship? Do you mean DAD scholarship, or do you need a scholarship for Germany? I don't think I understand that specific question. So as you can see, we have about 4,500 scholarships in our database. These are scholarships that are given, most of them are a scholarship given by the universities to, no, it's fine. So if you're looking for scholarships in Germany, well, unfortunately, there are not that many. We've made a couple of videos recently about scholarships that are open. So what you can do is go to our search tool, type in Germany. Okay, and I'll share the link with you. So these are the scholarships that are offered by the universities. Um, you'll see a lot of these are free tuition, which just means that that country, for example, University of Hamburg, they do not charge any tuition fees. It's just free education. But if you try to find like full funding scholarships in this country, you won't find any except the DAD government scholarship. Let me also share the link with you. You probably know, if you're looking for scholarships in Germany, you've probably heard about DAD scholarship, but you can always get more information. Now, the thing is, there are not that many full funding scholarships in Germany because, okay, so let's first talk about what's full funding. So there are three types of different scholarships. Okay, partial funding, full tuition, full funding. Partial funding means it covers less than the university's tuition fees. Full tuition means it covers just the tuition fees and that's it. And full funding means it covers the tuition fees of that university, but also gives you something a little more. Could be accommodation, could be a living stipend, could be insurance. Some scholarships are extremely comprehensive, extremely generous. They cover pretty much everything. Some of them just give you like a couple of $100 every month or something like that. Now, full funding scholarships are obviously very popular, but they're not that many. There are not that many of those because obviously they're more expensive for the university. So people want full funding scholarships, but in Germany, there are not that many full funding scholarships because there is like a lot of the universities don't have tuition fees at all. So a scholarship, if a scholarship cannot cover the tuition fee, it becomes partial funding, even though it practically is a full funding scholarship. So I would advise you to look for partially funded scholarships in Germany, because let's say a University of Kassel student assistantship. So this is partial funding. It does not cover the tuition fees of this university because University of Kassel do not charge any tuition fees in the first place. Okay, so do not get confused. A lot of partial funding scholarships in Germany are actually kind of practically full funding scholarships, right? So, for example, we have a lot of student assistantships in Germany. Now, student assistantship, I think you're from Turkey, and I do believe that you might probably know that we have assistantships in Turkey as well. Like you go and work as an assistant in the university. Basically, it is kind of being employed by the university. You get like all the benefits. You get usually you get your tuitions covered. There are a lot of these in United States. You basically work at the university. Usually they are for masters and PhD students, for graduate students. In Germany, you have some of these for bachelors as well. For example, Technical University of Munich, one of the best universities in Germany, a student assistantship. You can apply to this, and it covers pretty much like a wage equal to or higher than 12 euros. Basically, it is just like kind of a living wage, the amount of wage that you would get in that university. We have Opportunity Mannheim Scholarship. We talked about this one like either last week or week before that. You might want to check that video. I think we have healthcare insurance. It's called 8011. Yeah, so I think a lot of assistantships also give you health insurance. I mean, in a lot of countries, like in Europe, health insurance is not that big of a deal as much as it is in United States, obviously. Okay, do your research. Can apply. If you have any questions for about like specific universities, specific scholarships, sometimes we cannot really answer all the comments on our comment section, but you can always come to our live streams and ask your questions. Can I apply for Erasmus? I'm in my final year of bachelor. Shows how to apply for a scholarship. So, honey, there are not what would you say, a uniform way of applying to scholarships. Every scholarship is difficult, so different. Some scholarships don't really need, for example, let me show you one. There are a lot of scholarships that do not require any additional application. Some scholarships you can only apply for after you're admitted to the university, which is why I cannot like make tutorials. Some scholarships you apply while applying to the university. And for example, I think it was Kai's tutorial. We make tutorials, application tutorials all the time, but for applying to the universities. And in some of those application tutorials, you also apply to a scholarship. For example, I think financial aid is one of those. So yeah, I cannot really show you right now how to apply for a scholarship. Like if you have any specific scholarship in mind, maybe we can help you a little better. Bruh, can I apply for Erasmus? I'm in my final year of bachelor. Um, I'm not sure how that really happens in different countries. Can you also give us perhaps information about your country? Eamon, what would you make of this?
Yes, you can. There's no reason why you can't apply for any scholarship.
Mhm,
At your final year, so you're applying for a master's program.
mhm.
Um, Generally speaking, they would ask for your transcripts. If you don't have them ready, you'll probably be able to apply and then submit them before the deadline. But for the most part, I think you definitely can apply because when you apply now, you get in for to next year's program. So each year is like the year after you get into the program, which means that applying it in your final year is the best time to apply.
Okay, thank you. So in United States, if you're looking for a full funding bachelor scholarship, we have need-based financial aid. This is given by a lot of universities to bachelor students. Basically, if you show them you have financial needs, uh, like you need to give them a lot of information about your family's financial situation, like tax and income, etc., etc. And if you're a really good student, the university can look at you and say, okay, you need about $30,000 to be able to a year to be able to study in this university, and we'll cover that for you. So these are the scholarships, financial aid. Actually, we're going to talk about one of these today. A lot of these are not really open right now because there aren't that many open, that many programs open for application right now. But there is one, and we'll talk about that today. So yeah, there are different scholarships, different application procedures. I was talking about our search tool. So how our search tool works is you can filter for yourself. Can I ask a question beside the topic? Yeah, sure, sure. Feel free. You can ask anything you want. So yeah, filters. You can filter for yourself, like degree based on degree, based on location, based on funding type. I talked about that, partial, full tuition, full funding. For example, there are not that many full funding scholarships that are open right now. Hmm. Yeah, for bachelors. So as you can see, there are just five full funding scholarships that are open right now for bachelors. But when you get to masters or PhD, you have way more. Anyway, so you can obviously, as you can see, filter for like whether it's open or not. All deadlines open. Let's make this all funding. Scholarship type. As I said, most of these scholarships are university scholarships. Basically, these are scholarships given by universities to new coming international students. So, for example, the University of Texas at Austin might have other scholarships that they are giving to um, enrolled students, like second year, third year, fourth year students, or scholarships that they only give to domestic students. Those are not included in here. All of these are given to new coming international students. We have government scholarships and company scholarships, external scholarships. is it harder to get scholarships in USA than Europe or other country? So I think that's kind of a difficult question to answer, because there are more scholarships in United States usually, but also United States has extremely high tuition fees. So for example, like if you talk about Germany, France, Italy, even just a partial funding scholarship might really do it for you, cover your living costs, because you will probably not have to pay a very high tuition fee, like €1,000 a year, or something like that. But if you're going to study in United States and you do not have funds for yourself, um, like you will have to get a full funding scholarship, because otherwise you would have to pay about $40,000, $50,000 tuition fee every year. So I think it is easier to get scholarships in the United States, because they have more scholarships, but I think a lot of those scholarships will not cover all of your, like, for most of those scholarships, even if you get them, you will still have to spend a lot of money to be able to study there. Like maybe you'll get a full tuition scholarship, but then still you'll have to pay about €1,000, $1,000 every month based on where you live. Of course, there's also the fact that United States is not as welcoming to international students, foreigners, any as it used to be. I think Europe at this point might be a better idea to look for scholarships. I think so. Yeah, basically, in short, I think you can find a lot of scholarships in the United States. There are more scholarships. I think it's easier to get a scholarship in the United States, but I don't think it's. That's what I. No, hang on, hang on. I didn't even ask our expert yet. That was just my personal opinion. Ayman, what would you say? Ayman, I cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yep,
Oh,
I can hear you
sorry.
now.
Yeah, so I was saying that I totally agree with you. I would have said exactly what
Hmm.
you said, so I don't really have much to add. Yeah, the United States is not as welcoming anymore.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't think that many students or as many students will be getting into the United States through scholarships. I think the funding is being withdrawn from big universities as well that provide that provide scholarships. So like the political scene is affecting education and affecting international students in general.
Yeah.
So probably for the next 4 years at least, the United States is not a viable choice as it used to be.
Of course, one thing to add that if you are looking for a scholarship in Europe, well, first of all, I think it would be really wise to distinguish between like mainland Europe and United Kingdom, because hi there, Kirko. It's great to see you here. Welcome to our live stream. Because United Kingdom is quite different to, like, it's more similar to United States than it is to Europe when it comes to scholarships. You don't find you don't find that many scholarships, and usually tuition fees are really high in United Kingdom as well. They do have a lot of like sanctuary scholarships for displaced people, things like that. But if you want to study in France, Germany, Spain, Italy, I think it is kind of like easier in terms of like tuition fees, in terms of how much expenses you'll have, but then also you'll have to think about the language, of course. Like if you can learn, for example, Italian and go to Italy, it would be much, much, much easier to find like scholarships or job opportunities in United States than finding those in the United States with just English, because like if you learn Italian, I think going to Italy is a really good idea. I have VPD for Bremen Uni, but I have not any certificate for German language. What should I do? Can I take I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm just confused. Yeah, that's a very specific question, and of course, I'll immediately defer to Eamon. Eamon, what do you think?
Um, it depends on the program. So, if the program is completely English taught, you don't really need
Yeah.
any certification for German language proficiency, which is like quite the misconception when people want to study in Germany. They think they would need a certain level in German. You do need it in general, but it's not a requirement by the universities themselves. So you just need
Mhm.
your English certification if the course is taught in English.
Yeah. I, and I do believe like some, for example, especially graduate courses are only available in English as well. Like I think you're a bachelor. You're asking for a bachelor, but so yeah, that kind of depends on the program. One thing to keep in mind that if you want to study in Germany or France, I'm not saying this to you, Emir. You probably have done your research about this, but I knew that it existed in Germany, but apparently it also exists in France as well. There's something called a blood count that you have to get. You have to deal with. Basically, if you want to go to Germany and study, the German government says, okay, I do not want you to come into Germany and then find yourself out of funds, like find that you do not have enough money to cover your living expenses and become an issue. So I'm gonna need you to show me before coming for this year. I'm gonna need you to show me that you have enough funds, about 12,000 euros in an account. I'm gonna block it. That is your money. I'm gonna block it, and I'll give it to you every month. Enough money to like 1,000 euro to spend that month. So basically, if you want to go and study in Germany, you have to put 12,000 euros in a blocked account, and you'll get 1/12 of that every month. So keep that in mind. I think a lot of people might see that as some like as a disadvantage. I think it's really an advantage because I think it's really good that German government is really kind of concerned about your finances. So I can study in Germany without German, with only English. Yeah, there are English programs. There are programs that offered in English, but of course, like it would be a little like it would be more advisable to learn German. But yeah, you can definitely go there and study without knowing any German. It will be difficult. Bro, can you share about the job market after MSc from Erasmus in public health if you're aware? I am not aware at all. That is a very specific question. Eamon, do you have any idea?
My advice is to just check our scholarship stories. There are so many Erasmus Mundus
Right.
recipients, and they share everything in detail. So that's the best place to find information about such things.
How did I not think about that? So let's say Erasmus Mundus, about 83. Do we have 83 people? Gosh, okay. So I'm gonna share this link with you. Uh, so we have about stories of 83 people, different people who have got Erasmus Mundus scholarship. You can just click on any one of them to read their stories. And hang on, I'm pretty sure we'll find at least a couple of them who have given us their perhaps like LinkedIn or in like any way of contacting them. If you want to get more information, direct information, I cannot find any. Yeah, here it is. Here's one, for example. Pakistani energy engineer wins Erasmus Mundus scholarship to study sustainability across Europe, and you can contact them through their social media. Okay. Hello, in Algeria. Tell me a scholarship in Europe with English, like Poland. You are okay. First of all, nationalities do not really matter all that much. Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. So, for example, we have subjects and nationalities filters here. You can choose, for example, okay, let me show you. We have about 4,500 scholarships here, right? This is for everyone. If I choose Algeria, you lose about 300 of those. So basically, most scholarships are just for all nationalities. Uh, about 300 scholarships are targeted to specific nations, specific regions. Sometimes they are for, again, displaced people. A lot of scholarships in the United Kingdom or things like that. Other than that, your nationality does not really matter. I don't think we do have any scholarships in Poland, though. Let me see. Okay, we have three, but only one of these are for bachelors, and I don't think that's for English programs. Okay, so this is for all subjects, all programs offered in this university. Um, so if they are offering English programs, English taught programs, I think you can apply to this. But other than that, not really. So what you can look into, hang on, I have one scholarship for you. So you're looking for bachelor, right? Hang on. Uh, are you the one asking for? No. Okay, you're looking for a bachelor. So we have Padua scholarship, Padua International Excellence Scholarship. This is, for example, this is a great scholarship. The university is already a great university and it has very low tuition fees. And this scholarship covers your tuition and gives you 8,000 euros every year. And the one of the criteria that you have to fulfill is to apply for an English taught program. So I also have made an application tutorial. Yeah, there is. So you can, it is not open for application right now, but if you're interested, you can apply to this university. And when you go through this tutorial and apply to the university, you don't also have to apply for a scholarship. So if you apply for an English program following this tutorial, you will also be considered for this scholarship. It's given to 62 people and it gives you about 8,000 euros every year, which should take we should take care of pretty much your all your living expenses, almost, let's say, and the tuition fees. So yeah, it is a great university. It is a great scholarship. It's one of my all-time favorite scholarships in Europe, and it is for English taught programs. We also have this one, but I'm not sure if this is for English taught programs. Uh, Eamon, do you have anything in mind, like from top of your head? You can you can talk about like in Europe with English. I mean, I believe that's what they mean by with English, like English taught programs.
Yeah, I think you can study in English in most European countries,
Mm-hmm.
because universities, that's the language of instruction in most universities,
Yeah.
except for a few subjects that are taught in the country's native language. Sometimes it's medicine, sometimes it's that kind of subjects, but for the most part, they're in English. Yeah, for Poland, there aren't many scholarships because education is already quite affordable. I think tuition is around 4 to 7K per perhaps per year, so it's not really bad. I think the countries that I would recommend for English taught programs would be Austria, the Netherlands, um, Belgium, uh, yeah, Germany, Hungary. Romania is also a decent choice when it comes to studying in Europe, but it's really slept on. I don't think that people go there much, but the education there is really good. So yeah, so I think these countries, they're really close to each other. are really good. So that's Poland, Austria, Hungary,
Mhm.
Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. All really good countries that are international student friendly and that provide courses that are taught in English.
Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, deadlines are passed, but usually most deadlines are passed right now. There are not that many scholarships open for bachelor students, let alone in Europe. So these are pretty much, hang on, let me say, those are the ones in Germany might be good for you, because the universities do not charge any tuition fee, but at this point, there are not that many full funding scholarships. So, for example, let's see again, full funding and currently open. We have about five of those. Memorial scholarship. Hong Kong, we've talked about this quite a lot. So, Sanctuary Award scholarships are again given to people looking for uh, displaced people, let's say. So, I'm kind of. We have less than a minute in the Zoom call with Eamon, so I'm kind of like just stalling a little bit here. Is there any fully funded MBBS scholarship? You can look at our search tool. I think it'll help you. You can choose a subject. Let me talk about the subject while we try to figure out the next Zoom meeting with Eamon. So here's how subject works. Basically, when you choose a subject in our filter section, what it does is it shows you first the scholarships that specifically mentions that program, like business, whatever it is, right? And when it's done, when like it's out of those, we have a lot of scholarships specifically for business. By the way, I didn't realize we have that many. Uh, okay, wow. All right. Does it ever end? We have like 880. What, 100 scholarships just for business? Let me see. Anyway, at some point, it goes back to just all subjects, right? All subjects in this context means all subjects that are offered in that university. So, for example, this is University of Texas at Austin. Wait, hang on. What? Okay, I'm trying to join Eamon. He sent me a Zoom link that is not for a Zoom call. Okay, that is interesting. Let me try the other. Okay, I think he is sending me the proper Zoom. Yeah, okay. Hang on. Okay. Sorry for that slight intermission. Yeah. So I didn't miss any questions, did I? Can I say in Germany without German? Yeah, I don't think I did. Hi, Evan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think OBS is also like Livestream is also picking up your sound. Let me try to check. Yep. Okay, great. Um, what were we saying? Yeah. So subjects work like that. Basically, if you say, for example, University of Texas at Austin, and this is for all subjects, you have to go and see what programs the university offers, and then I have two USF1 visa rejection. What do you think should I re- you made me forgot how it's pronounced. Reapply. Yeah. Uh, Eamon, I don't really know much about the visa rejections. What do you think?
Um, so the F1 visa, um,
Is that not is it not the proper visa to apply for?
no, no, it is, it is. I'm just thinking why you would be rejected for the F1. Um,
I
like,
mean,
did
I
they
guess.
give you
Sorry, go ahead.
a reason? Like after the interview, were you given a reason that you don't have enough funds, or like usually you are given a reason? Yeah, it is this
Mm-hmm.
reason. But I'm just trying because usually you get um this kind of rejection for tourism visas, but for the F1, provided that you have enough funds and you have uh like you have been accepted by a university, there is no reason for them to reject your visa. And if you still don't have the funds or uh an an offer letter from a university, there is no reason to apply again because those are the conditions to get the visa. So I'm trying to understand why you were
Uh,
rejected.
did you have like an offer letter or reaccepted by university when you applied for that scholarship for that visa, honey? Okay, we are waiting for the answer. If you could give us more details. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I will talk about the scholarship of the week. That, but I want to wait a little bit more. I don't want to interrupt Honey. Meanwhile, we can. So we also do have this currently open scholarship section. You can just click here and see all the scholarships that are currently open, and of course filter by degree, type, and country. I think this is a bit too down. Uh, okay, I was applying for a language school. I think I need to apply for a uni with a scholarship. Hmm. Eamon, what do you think?
Yeah, you won't get any F1 visa for a language school. Most countries now don't accept visas for language schools because they would tell you that you have language schools in your country. So why would you want to come to the United States or to the UK to study
Mhm.
the language? So it doesn't make any sense to them. And you you probably like they would ask you if you have even tried to go to a language school in your country before applying. Yeah, so this used to work like before COVID, I guess. Like the countries used to accept language school visas, but since COVID to this day, it's just it's not an option anymore. I don't think anyone should bother to apply for language schools. Yeah, so you do definitely need to apply for a university, get a scholarship, and once you have an offer letter, and if the scholarship can cover all your expenses, you will definitely get the visa. I guess it's not even it won't be an issue at all because you fulfill all the criteria to get the visa.
Um, okay, thank you, Eamon. So between full funding and all funding, I can understand how that might be confusing. All funding is not really a category. It means any, like all funding types. It means like partial funding, full tuition, full funding, or all funding types. Like it's like Australia, Belgium, or all locations or all degrees. all funding. All right, that it's not really a funding type. It means like you can give me any type of funding. No, they give, but not like uni because in English school everyone can apply for. Yeah, I guess. And also like they're kind of looking for reasons to turn people down now. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask them. But for a couple of minutes, we'll talk about the scholarship of the day, which is so today people asked about. Um, Hang on, this is the university. The link for the scholarship, which is this. Okay, so this is a full funding scholarship in United States. You don't have uh, a lot of those open right now. This is one of them, a need-based financial aid at Grinnell College. I made a poll, and you guys chose this over another one in South Korea. Basically, this is for bachelors in Grinnell College. It's what is it? Tiny school, but it's an old university. Full funding. There are no specific nationalities or subjects. You have to apply for this separately. We've talked about need-based financial aid in United States before, but it's been quite a while because the none of them have been open for application for quite some time right now. So basically, a financial aid means that when you apply to a university, an American university, a lot of them have these. You say to them, "I need financial aid to be able to study in this university." And what the university does is, okay, so give us information about your family's financial situation so we can understand how much financial assistance you need. So what you do is you apply to the university, you let them know you need financial aid, and if you get accepted, if you get accepted to the university, they can cover 100% of your demonstrated needs. What demonstrated needs mean is you create something called a CSS profile. Basically, CSS is a platform that you can use to apply for a lot of financial aid in the United States. You go, you create a profile, you give them your family's like tax information, income information, and etc. And universities use that to basically estimate how much financial assistance can your family give you. So the university says, okay, you're going to need about $60,000 to be able to study in this university. And from the information you gave us from your CSS profile, I estimate your family can cover about 30,000 of this. So you need 30,000 financial assistance every year. And if you get accepted to that university, they cover that. That's what demonstrated needs mean. So some universities, so you let them know this when you apply to the university. Some universities are need blind, some of them are need aware. Basically, that means if the university is need blind, when you apply to the university, when they are trying to decide whether to let you in or not, they do not care about your they do not care whether you need financial aid. So if they're gonna let you in, they're gonna let you in regardless of you need financial aid or not. Okay, so like if you let them know that you need financial aid, that will not harm your chances of getting in if the university is need blind. But if need aware, that might happen. So basically, just an international bachelor student or applicant. I think I explained that terribly, by the way, because I'm a bit rusty. We haven't talked about these for a long while. So if there's anything that you didn't understand about financial aid, just feel free to ask. So you can get more information here about prospective students, application deadlines. Um, so you can apply to this university through Common App. Um, yeah, I think we've made a tutorial on Common App and perhaps CSS. I'm not sure. Uh, Eamon, do you know whether this university is need aware or need blind?
I really am not quite sure. Don't we
Um,
have I think we have a list of universities that are need aware or need blind somewhere.
Oh, I do you think I can find it very easily right now? Like guides. How would I go there? Financial aid
Uh, the
statistics.
thing, oh yeah, it's in financial aid statistics. It's need aware is the first one. So if you go there, financial aid statistics, you
All right,
like
there it
you
is. So
like
I'll just type in green light.
oh, it's the first one. It's
Yeah,
it's the first one there.
it's neither way, right? Well, I didn't say it. Yeah, it's neither way.
Yeah.
So basically, if you guys apply to this, you're asking a lot of questions. I'll be back in a second. Don't worry. We'll answer those questions. Yeah. So if you apply to this university, let's see about the university. By the way, it's a good university, an old university. We have some application results. Someone from Turkey applied, rejected. Philippines, someone from Canada applied, rejected. Someone from India, Asia accepted. Extremely expensive, like very high tuition, and financial aid covers tuition as well. So hang on, let me see. Yeah, this is, let's see the university where it is, what it looks like. It's in Iowa. There are any scholarship based on LTS. And where are you from? So this is where the university is in Iowa. This is what it looks like. Again, it's an old university. So yeah, basically this covers pretty much everything if you get it. If you are a really good student, you can apply and get everything covered. But if you're not a very good student, they will say, yeah, no, thank you very much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Eamon, do you want to add anything about this university or this scholarship, basically?
I think you covered everything really. Yeah, so since it's a need aware university, your financial need would impact your chances of being admitted, as you mentioned. That is something to always keep in mind. So if there are other applicants who can afford to study at the university, or applicants whose family contribution is higher than yours, they would have the priority of getting into the university. So there are definitely students who get in through financial aid, but it's the chances are quite low compared to students who can at least cover some of the tuition or some of the expenses. So that is what need aware means. If the university was need blind and there aren't many of those for international students, I think it's just 5 universities in total. I don't know about the situation right now, if they are, if it is still the case, because the federal government is pulling funding from those big universities.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they are still need blind, but when they were, or if they are, those universities, your chances of getting admitted are not impacted by your financial aid. So the moment you are accepted uh, at the university, you will get a fully funded scholarship. So no questions asked. You will be treated same as everyone. Your application will be just judged on its merit, not anything else. So they wouldn't care if you need financial aid or not.
Okay, thank you very much. So all right, we have a couple of questions. Um, yeah, especially nowadays, it become harder. They start to do social media checks. Yeah, yeah, and as I said, like especially in United States, they are pretty much looking for reasons to turn you down. What is all subject? Okay, I get it now. Honey says I got a partial scholarship in uni on the Potomac. I just speak to an admission officer per email, and she told there is partial scholarship, but still expensive. So yeah, that's what I meant by you can get scholarships in United States, but like a partial scholarship, like a partial scholarship in Europe and partial scholarship in United States are completely different things. Because like for example, the one we talked about, right? A Padua Excellence Scholarship. It gives you 8,000 euros every year. So it is completely different when you have to pay about 1,000 euros every year for tuition, and you have to pay about $60,000 every year for tuition. So like it doesn't even make a dent, that 8,000 euros, if you have to pay about $60,000 every year, which is why like partial funding in United States is much easier to come by, but it won't, like it will still be extremely expensive and quite frankly unaffordable for a lot of people. Can you tell us some scholarships which do not require strong academic background, but any international student can get those scholarships? Um, so I'm not sure what exactly you are talking about, like the second part. Any international student can get those scholarships. Like it is open for any international student and does not require very strong academic backgrounds. They would be probably some of the more modest scholarships, I would say, like partial scholarships. There are a lot of scholarships that just go to waste because no one really apply to them, because no one really knows about them. So like I think there are a lot of smaller scholarships perhaps you can go, but I think Eamon will have better insights on that. Eamon, what do you think? Scholarships that do not require strong academic background but open for all international students.
Um, I don't think there's such a thing as scholarships that don't require strong academic backgrounds. That's the whole premise of a scholarship.
Mhm.
They're rewarding you for having potential to do more. So, and that potential is shown through your academic background. Of course, that's not the only criterion to be selected for a scholarship, but it's a big one. You need to have maintained a certain GPA, a certain strong academic performance. Uh, Generally, that's not required to be admitted to university if you're uh, paying yourself, but for scholarships, uh, they are mostly merit-based. Even
Mhm.
when they're need-based, you need to meet the minimum requirement to get into the university. So there's always this element of having a strong academic background in order to get a scholarship. There is no reason for any university or country to give scholarships if you don't have any academic merit or if your grades don't reflect a strong academic background. So uh, that's how it works. You need that. Well, as for IELTS scholarships, yes, they do exist. Whether it's in the United States or South Korea, for example, there are many scholarships that are awarded based on your IELTS score or just your English proficiency exam score. There are so many in South Korea, and there are a few in the United States. Um, Not as many, but they do exist and they cover up to full tuition. So they're not fully funded, but they're generally partially funded or full tuition.
So this is, for example, one of them. This was the other scholarship that I had in mind, that I asked in the poll, and you guys chose the full funding one in the United States. So uh, Korea has language proficiency based scholarships, quite a lot of those. So normally Korea has this test called TOPIK. It is test of proficiency in Korean, and a lot of universities have scholarships that kind of depends. Like if you have a high level, like level 6 or something like that, you'll get 100% tuition fee reduction. But also they have some IELTS. For example, this one in Korea Aerospace University. This is for bachelors. This is for open for application right now, and this covers 100% of your tuition fees if you have IELTS 7 or TOEFL 6. So yeah, there are a lot of those. I mean, obviously you'll find more of them in English speaking countries, but yeah, um, Korea has those as well. So, based, okay, did I miss any? Ayman, where are you from? Ayman, would you like to share where you're from? Or we could just skip that question
No.
if it's too personal. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think, can you tell me those small scholarships? Yeah, I think there are a lot of those, and I think there are a lot of students talking about like how really small scholarships add up, because if you do your research, if you do a lot of research, you'll find a lot of smaller scholarships that a lot of people do not know about, and they really add up to cover like almost all of your financial needs, especially if you're not studying in a very expensive place. But yeah, if you're looking for a lot of like those smaller scholarships, I think doing your own research is a kind of a mandatory. You can use our search tool. We have a lot of partial scholarships. Again, partial funding scholarships, if coupled with no tuition or very low tuition universities, can cover like, I don't know, 80%, 90% of your financial needs. You can look for countries like France, Germany, Italy. I think Spain also has low tuition fees. China, and Taiwan, they're very, very affordable compared to United States, and they have a lot of full funding scholarships as well. So not Ireland and United Kingdom, Austria as well. Hang on, let me see. I think not. Yeah, for example, you can find some tuition fee waivers. Thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. We're here every Friday. You can come and ask any questions that you might have. So this is Padua University, by the way. This is literally the university, inside of the university. Anyway, okay, guys, thank you very much for joining in today. If you're watching this on VOD after the live stream, thank you very much for watching. We're gonna end the live stream here, and I want to thank Ayman, as always, for joining in.
Yeah, thank you for having me as.
All right, everyone. I can find some small scholarship for what? For Australia. Smaller scholarships for Australia will probably not work all that great because Australia has very high tuition fees. So like there are a lot of partial fundings. Like you can just type in Australia. There are many partial funding scholarships that you'll find. Okay, not that many perhaps. You'll find a lot partial funding scholarships, but for example, let's look at Monash University, right? It's a good university, popular university. It has a tuition fee of about 35,000 Australian dollars. So smaller scholarships will not really take care of that for you, unless you get a lot of them. Okay, guys, bye. We'll be here next Friday. I usually try to do polls to make sure that I'm bringing in something that you are interested in, like the financial aid scholarship today. So if you can just like go there and vote, it would be better for all of us. And thank you. Bye. See you next week.